Yo, Brace Your Skills Clinics back again with another video. Got this AC booming. Might turn it down a little bit just in case it's affecting the video. If it is, I apologize. But anyways, man, I'm gonna do a quick video today because I gotta get rolling. But I'm gonna talk about what should your approach be for heading into the summer as far as individual player development. We're not talking about team development. We're talking about you as the individual. Of course, like myself, I see, other trainers posted about, some of their summer deals or summer workouts or summer training sessions that, players can be a part of, and all that is great. But players, understand something. See, what I had to learn this, because I started coaching at a young age. So one thing that you got to understand about player development is that you can work on a lot of drills, and it's definitely okay to expand your game, or what they say nowadays, add to the bag. Everybody wants to be in their bag, but you got to make sure that whoever that you're working with, you have to tell them what you want to get better at, number one. The next thing that you have to do is you also have to make sure that whatever you're doing in those workouts is going to translate to a game setting. So, prime example. Me personally, I feel like I don't care what position you are. I don't care what age. I don't care, what's your role on the team, all that. I feel like everybody should try and develop their ball handling and shooting. The way the game is being played now, you got to be able to shoot, and you're better off having a solid handle so that you can create your own shot. You don't want to be somebody that can't put the ball on the ground and you need other people to set you up. If you are a catch and shoot shooter, that's great. But I just feel like if you can create your own shot, you're not going to be one-dimensional, right? You're not going to be one-dimensional. And I think a lot of people that are shooters, they're one-dimensional. The ones that can put it on the floor and still shoot at a high level, they're a lot harder to guard, right? So I feel like that's kind of like what they call EDD, everyday drills. You should be doing ball handling and shooting every day. Okay, let's just get that out there. But after that, whatever you do with the ball handling and however many reps that you get up for your shooting, after that, you have to make sure that your workouts is going to cater to your style of play, somewhat cater to what the coach wants you to do. I'm not saying you got to be a robot, but you're still playing on a team. You're trying to develop as an individual, but you're still playing on a team. So regardless of what you work on as the individual, your individual work should always come back and serve a purpose in the team environment. So when you're training, after you do your ball handling and shooting, make sure that if you're a player that plays off the ball, usually do drills that allows you to get open off the ball. You should be doing, once you do your EDDs, you should be coming off pin downs. You should be coming off curls. You should be doing fades, okay? Setting screens, popping out, setting screens on the pick and roll, roll into the bat. Everything that you do off the ball, if you're an off the ball player, you got to make sure that you're repping those too. Because if you're an off the ball player and everything that you do is with the ball in your hands, you're not going to know how to function in the real game, because everything that you do has a ball. And you're not an on-ball player. You're an off-the-ball player. Now, if you're an on-the-ball player, you should be, especially as a point guard, usually, you got to work on passing. I see a lot of drills with scoring, like ball handling, score, ball handling, shoot. I do a lot of stuff on ball. My trainer said, you guys see my videos, but best believe you're going to find some passing drills too. Best believe you're going to find guys jump stopping and stepping towards the pass with the appropriate foot and kicking out. I guarantee you see that. I guarantee you even find some of my ball handling drills that has passing. Now, I'm not just toot my own horn. I'm just using myself as an example since we're on my channel. Just make sure that what you're doing is going to translate, because I see guys train every day and they don't get better because they're not training on their role too. Role not meaning being a role player, quote unquote. I'm just talking about implementing a game-like setting on what they're actually going to be doing in the game. You're not going to have the ball every possession on offense in the game. You're going to have to learn how to play off the ball. You know what makes Stephen Curry so dangerous? Is because just as dangerous as he is with the ball in his hands, he's just as dangerous off the ball. Guarding Stephen Curry off the ball is a serious task, because there are screens being set. That guy can know how to shoot coming off either foot. He comes off curls, fades. Like, he's difficult to stop because he's not just an on-ball player. I hate to use this as an example because I am a James Harden fan, but let's be honest. James Harden is not the best off-ball player. A lot of his offense is strictly on the ball. When that ball is not in Harden's hand, do you see Harden moving around without the ball? Like, you don't see that. And it's no knock against Harden. Harden's going to go down as a Hall of Famer, one of the best offensive players to ever pick up a basketball. However, I'm just saying, when you can play off the ball like you do on the ball, you're a lot more dangerous. And so when I watch these training sessions and I see these kids, even kids that play in my AAU program and may train elsewhere, no knock to nobody, but I just see how their game is not really taking off as much as they would like to, especially when they're putting in a lot of time, but they're putting in the wrong time. If you're in school and you're studying math and you're studying a formula, but you keep doing the formula the incorrect way, you're only gonna know how to do that formula the incorrect way until somebody corrects you and say, no, that doesn't happen. You got to solve for X first, then do this, then do that. Once they teach you how to do it the right way and you start repping the correct way, then you'll be able to do things correctly. But if you're constantly repping the incorrect things or repping things that is not conducive to your game, it's like studying for something that's not going to be on the test. You don't study for things that's not going to be on the test. You study for things that's going to be on the test. You know what's going to be on the test when you play a basketball game? You got to be able to guard somebody. That's number one. Number two, you got to be able to hit open shots. Okay? Number three, you got to be able to dribble the ball with your right hand and left hand with pressure. Number four, you got to be able to pass the ball efficiently without turning it over, not throwing nonchalant passing, stepping into passes. You know what else you got to work on? Running the floor hard. That's where the conditioning comes in. You got to be able to get through a game without being 100% tired, to where you can't function, to where the stuff that you work on doesn't lack. Those are things that you should be working on, meaning that you should be conditioning. You should be working on your feet to improve your defense. You should be working on your ball handling. You should be working on catch and shoot, shooting reps. And you should also be working on playing off the ball, because guess what? What's the percentage they say? You only play with the ball in your hand. What is it, 10% of a basketball game? Only 10% of a game you're gonna have a ball in your hands. 10%. The other 90%, you're gonna be on defense, having to guard guys, box out, run the floor, play off the ball, go through a screen. You're gonna be playing without the ball. 90% of a game is not with the basketball. So you gotta still learn how to be effective without the ball being in your hand, because you're not going to get 5 dribbles to set up your move every time. Some coaches may not even allow you to get 4. So just make sure everybody is on that summertime, time to grind, time to get right. Everybody's on that tip right now. That's great. I love it. But just make sure that you're working on things that's going to allow you to succeed in the game. Because if you're just working on things that looks good and stuff that you want to work on, or stuff that you're only comfortable with, or stuff that only requires you to have the ball in your hand, and then you get in the game and you're not producing, and you're like, why, man? You putting in all this work. Why are you not producing? Well, we got to look at what he's doing in the training session now. Because you can't say he's not working out or she's not working out. They're working out. We got to look at the training session. What are you doing in the training session? Are you working on defense? Are you working on slides? Are you working on coming off a screen? both ways. Are you working on when this guy drives, I'm going to move this way. If that guy goes the opposite way, I'm going to move up this way. Are you working on jump stop, stepping into the pass on time? Are you working on passing in general, chest pass, bounce pass, overhead, wrap around, post entries? We try to work on all that. I don't work on everything in the training session because I try to strategically work on things, 1 to 2 things at a time until we're efficient at it. But you should still be touching on those type of things. Your warm-up needs to consist of ball handling, shooting, and passing. And after that, you need to be working on things that you're going to probably be doing or going to have to do in a real game. That's how you produce and translate what you're training and working on to a game. Okay? So, hopefully everybody's working efficiently and correctly so that we can see better results. Hopefully. Other than that, you guys have a good day. I'm going to get my long day started. We out.